Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, good afternoon. So in last class, we have discussed. Uh, we have discussed the introduction. Last two class we have discussed the introduction to counting. So these are the basic things. So after that, you have to go for further things. Okay. Last class I give one sum in the preparation of the course sheet. So already I think you have completed this one. So this is the answer. Total cost 226,285. Profit 56,571. Sales 282,856. So please note it the answer. If you have any queries, you can refer your PPT. Then you have to start. Okay, so this is the answer. Please check this answer. Not the answer. We will move to other section. Okay, 1 minute, please. Okay, the first section we have to successfully completed the introduction to the cost accounting. Today we have to discuss about the most important part of the material costing. Okay, so the material costing. Can you see my screen? Okay. So the material costing is one of the most important area. So when we are talking about this costing. So the first thing is material costing. So the material cost is the most important thing in the production department because it is as the major means 100% influence in the production, because without material you cannot be produce anything. So the learning outcome. So at the end of the session, so after we have to complete this material course, be able to identify and importance of material management. So first you have to know what is material management, why it is important. Then explain the material control system in an organization. Okay. So material in one side, but what about the control system? The control system means you have to identify the material for the production. Then you have to transfer the material for the production. Then you have to get the final output. But how it can be controlled? Sometimes it may be some delay in the production without any control. Sometimes any waste without any control system. Sometimes most of the materials are stores in the storage. In that time, the most of the investments are inputted in the material. So without the control system, you cannot be manage the production as well as the material. So we will discuss. Apply the inventory management techniques. So what are the inventory managements we have to complete? Calculate the material prices by using different techniques. So you are purchasing the material in different prices. Then you have to how to supply the material from the storage to the production department. So in that time, how do you calculate the material prices? Synthesis, the advancement in material handling system in the modern world. So when you are referring the book, the most of the things are okay. But nowadays, due to the advancement of the technology, due to the some globalization, due to the technology in infrastructure, so the new advancements are coming. So we will discuss these things. So these are the learning outcome. So you will be understand these things after you are completing this chapter. So these are the content: introduction, objective of material costing, material handling procedures, material inventory management, pricing of material. So now we will move to the material. What is material? So if it is a production company, if it is a apparel industry, when you are considering the apparel industry, the length is the material, cotton length is the material. If it is a production, tea production companies, the tea leaves is the material. So normally, every day we can talk about the bakery. So what is the material using in the bakery? Flour, butter. So like these are the things are material. So the material is the most important element of cost. So when you are calculating the cost of the production, you can identify which material accumulated the price, how much they have accumulated the cost. Okay. So when you are considering the production of the sugar, what are the materials involved? Most probably, most of the material is the sugar cane. So how much the cost of the sugar cane? So you have to cultivate the sugar cane. So in most manufacturing concern, 50 to 70% of the total cost of product represented by cost of material. When you are calculating the cost per unit, when you are calculating the cost of the production, so 50 to 70% cost indicate the material. Okay, raw material. Raw material example: cotton, timber, steel. Okay. component, finished part attached to the production. So after complete the product, you have to complete the product, but you have to attach some component to fit with the final product. One minute. Okay, so the components. So when you are producing the product, there are some components should be attached. Okay, so when you are producing the, for example, if you're producing the TV, so you can attach the stand. Okay, so you cannot be packed with attachment of the stand. So the stand should be separately packed into the production packet. Okay, so other material, maintenance material, spare parts. Okay, so these are the things, these are the materials involved in the production. So other thing is consumable material used to run the factory. Oil, soap, lubricant. So these are the things should be considered in your consumable material. So the costing system must be organized so as to facilitate the efficient operation of the function, buying, storing, and issuing the material. So the costing system, so you know about now, there are 50% to 70% of the cost involved. So therefore, the particular costing system should be facilitated to efficient operation to the production. Okay, if any disruption in the issuing material, the production process will be disturbed. So the function of the material, efficient operation. For the function of the efficient operation, the materials are buying, storing, and issuing the material. Buying, storing, and issuing the material. So there are some procedure for buying material, storing the material, issuing the material. So now you can define material control. What is material control? There is a definition. So the material control is defined as systematic control and regulation of purchase, storage, and usage of material in such a way so as to maintain an even flow of the production at the same time avoiding excessive investment in the inventory. So it is a systematic control. You have to systematically purchase. You have to identify some regulation when you are purchasing the material. Okay. So you have to store the material with a systematic way. At the same time, you have to use that material. You have to transfer the material from the storage to production department. So it is one of the systematic control and regulation. So you have to follow the systematic control. You have to follow the regulation when you are purchasing, storage and usage of material. Okay. At the same time, you have to avoid excessive investment in inventories. Okay. So you cannot be stored. You cannot be both. You cannot be buy excessive inventory. So you have to identify how much of material you want for the production. So that much of material you have to buy according to the number of order. For example, for the particular production, you have to buy the material. You have to buy the material for the particular amount. Otherwise, you have to buy more than the particular amount. There are some additional costs are incurred. Purchasing cost, storage cost, some other abnormal cost are normal cost are incurred. So, when you are considering the material control, you have to identify, you have to follow the systematic control and regulation. At the same time, you have to avoid the excessive investment in the inventory. So, this is the definition. Okay. So, what is the objective of material costing? Why we have to follow the material costing? What is the advantages of the material costing? First one is to ensure the uninterrupted production. So, when you are following the material control system, when you are following the systematic material control system, it should be ensure your production, interrupted production. Otherwise, your production should be interrupted. Okay, you have to ensure the uninterrupted production. Okay, so these are the objectives. Second objective, to provide required quality of material. So the materials are there in the market. So you have to identify the quality of the material. So it should be one of the objective of the material control costing. So you have to consider this quality of material. Reduce cost of purchase. Okay. So the cost of purchasing involved in some subparts. So we will discuss later. So the cost of purchasing. If you are purchasing bulk amount of material, you can get some discount. At the same time, you have to face some problem. When you are buying the bulk amount of material for the production, you have to face some unnecessary expenses. Storage cost, evaporation cost, any other additional cost are there. So, you have to reduce the cost of purchasing some following techniques. Sometimes, for example, you need your monthly demand is 1,000 units for the production. Example, 1,000 units of the production. But at the same time, you know, these 1,000 unit of material, 1,000 unit output, you need 500 kilogram material. Okay. 500 kilogram of material. So you cannot be buying that 500 kilogram. It's one time. Okay. So you have to purchase in some orders. So you are according to your demand, according to your production capacity, according to your control system, you have to buy these 500 kilogram according to the order. If you are making 10 orders, in one order you can get 50 kilogram. If you are making 5 orders, you can get 100 kilogram in 5 times. Okay. So this is the thing when we are ordering the material. Minimize the material handling cost. Okay. So the ultimate task of the materials control system is to reduce the cost. So in that time, the material handling cost is lower because when you are buying the bulk amount of material for the production, so you face some unnecessary expense. So handling cost, you have to store in the refrigerator. Some materials are stored in the refrigerator. So bulk amount of material stores in the refrigerator, the electricity cost sometimes may be high. Okay, so you have to minimize the material handling cost. Then prevent under overstock of taking material. So if you are following the systematic material control system, you cannot go for the under and overstock taking. Under stock taking means that your stock, you for example, you need 500 kilogram for the production. Sometimes you identify below the 500 kilogram materials in the stores. So if you are start the production process, the material is not enough. Okay. So sometimes you have overstock. So you have 750 kilogram material in the stores. So you need 400 kilogram. The 350 kilogram are excessive in the stores. Right? You need additional cost for that maintenance. Okay. Last one, handling issue connected with material prices. So you purchase the material in different prices. Okay. So when you are transferring the material for the production department, you have to allocate the material according to the pricing system. Okay. So we will discuss the first in first out method, last in first out method, weighted average method. Already you know about it. Already you have studied in your advanced level. Just we have to just a little touch about these things in the handling issue connected with the material pricing. So these are the 6 objectives of the material cost. So material handling process. So when you are handling the material, when you are when you are decide to purchase the material to, when you are receiving the material, after transferring to the production department, after completing the production department, there are some procedures. So material have some procedure. Okay, ordering. So you have to order the material. Okay, you have to order the material. That is ordering.
சாப்பிடுவான்
Okay, the ordering. Ordering is one of the step, and you have to when you are following the material handling procedure. Ordering means you have to order the material. So before that, before ordering the material, you know how much of material how much of material you have to order. So you have to identify how many orders you want. Okay, so then purchase. You have to purchase the material. Receiving and inspecting of goods. So when you are receiving the material, you can inspect them. Sometimes excessive material sent by the company. Sometimes less material sent by the company. Otherwise, there are some damage is there. The price changes material is there. Quality of the material. So storing. Storing means you have to store the purchase material in your company, in your department or in your production area. Issuing. For the production purpose, you have to issue the material. Then maintain of the goods. So you have to maintain the material. Okay. So these are the things you should be considered when you are handling the material procedure. So this is the flow chart. Okay. The purchase requisition. So the purchase requisition came from production control, inventory control, storekeepers, and departmental heads and management confirm the purchase requisition. So in that time, you have to fill the purchase requisition note, PR. Okay. So each and every department specify it. When you are preparing the purchase PR, they specify quantity, quality, specification, delivery requirements are there. Okay. So when you are purchasing procedure, there you have to search the supplier. There are different suppliers are there. Suppliers are in the market for the particular material. So you have to request a tender. You have to some big companies or other government institutions. They have to request a tender. Then you have to receive the quotation. Quotation means when you are request tender sometimes you have to advertise in the newspaper. You have to put the advertisement in the social media. You have to put the advertisement. You have to send a letter to the some selected supplier. Then the supplier send the quotation. Then the suppliers the suppliers send the quotation. So you have to select the quotation. You have to receive the quotation. After that, you have to. So the technical committee and other how to say that the committee is there in the company. There is a committee appointed to receive the quotation and open the quotation. So after that, that committee, bid opening committee, select the supplier. Okay, select the supplier. After selecting the supplier, the company should purchase the order. The company purchase the order. So after purchasing order, placing the purchase order, you have to receive the goods. You have to receive the goods. So you not only receive the goods, but also you have to inspect the goods. You have to inspect the goods. There are any damages, there are any broken, there are some destroyed, there are some additional materials are sent by the particular supplier. So you have to, when you are receiving the material, you have to inspect. After that, you have to store. So when you are receiving the stores, there is a bin card. Bin card means stock recording is there. So you have to record how much of material you have to receive, how much of balance you have to Okay, now you can see my screen. So I check that one. So the storing. So when you are considering the storing, am I now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So the GRN. So the GRN means the good receive note. So this good receive note used by the stores. Okay, how much of good they have to receive, how much of quantity, whatever their quality, like that. So the stock recording they have to use the bin card. Okay, so then after the receiving the material, if any production done in the production department, the distribution of material to each department. Sometimes the production departments are there, administration departments are there, so they have to send some according to their need. They have to send the material. Okay, so these are the. So now we have to talk about one by one. We will quickly move to the one by one. First one is ordering. Ordering means a document showing the quantity, specification, and the date of requirement, and the date of So please, students, please don't use these. So, any problem? So please mute your mic. Okay. Com 59. Sorry. Oh yes, Com 59. Please mute your mic, please. I couldn't mute your mic. Okay. So please don't draw the board. So the ordering. So the ordering is the document showing the quantity, specification, and date of the requirement which authorize the purchasing department to purchase the material. So the purchasing department send the document to the particular company or particular factory. So they have need that quantity of material. Okay. So some specifications, some brands name, okay, and date of the requirement, which authorize the purchase department to purchase the material. The purchase requisition may be received from already I am talking about storekeepers, departmental heads and managers, production control department, plan and maintenance, engineer. So these are the people. They request their needed material. So the purchase requisition should specify. So it is like that some serial number is there. Date of the requisition, which name of the department, description, quantity, purpose, code, number. So like that, the purchase requisition should be specified these things. Okay. So the purchase. It is the process of acquiring the goods and services as per the purchase requisition. So when you are ordering the material, you have to send the PR. So according to the purchase requisition, the process of acquiring the goods and services. The purchasing process become important and highly specialized in scale to avoidance of production delay. So why it is important? Purchasing process. So any delay in the purchasing process, the production delay. Sometimes the production department needs the material. So the delay in the purchasing process, the materials did not receive the on time. Did not received on time to the department or production department. So that is delaying the production. So the good purchasing process or systematic purchasing process is there. You have to avoid the excessive scrap caused by the incorrect material and avoidance of the excessive stock. So receiving and inspecting of goods. So usually it is performed by the stores department or stores keepers. What is that? So these tasks, receiving materials of goods or inspecting the materials of goods. So it is done by the stores department or stores keepers. So goods received not copy to inspection, not copy to the copies to accounts payable, purchase office, stores and production. So the material receipt will maintain for the stores accounting and keep record of the material receipt. Okay. So there are some ledgers maintained. There are some ledgers maintained by each and every department. Material received maintained by the stores accountant and keep record in the material receipt. If you are visit the hardware shop, for example, you are built a house, so in that time you are purchasing the marble, the hardware. So you have visit the showroom, so they have to send the marble from the stores. So you have to visit the stores and give the purchase requisition that received from the hardware office, hardware admin office or hardware cashier. Already you have to pay and you have to get some receipt. So you have to submit that receipt to the stores. So the particular person in the stores give one other receiving your receipt, then he or she will give the new receipt. You have to receive the material and gate pass also. When you are transporting the marble from the hardware to your home, so you have to take away from the stores to store to outside. So you have to submit the gate pass in the security. So in that time they have to identify this much amount of marble transferred to out of the stores. So you have to finally receive the receipt. So this is procedure. Or nowadays most of the hardwares are using the computerized accounting system. Just they have to type in the computer system. There is a system they have to use. They have to operate in that system. Automatically the stocks are removed from their store stage. Storing. After the material purchase, you have been received and checked the next step to storing the material. Before storing the material, you have to receive the material and check it. The storekeeping refers to the safe custody of all items of raw material, finished goods and parts. So the storekeeper is the responsible person for custody, safe custody of the all items of raw material, finished goods and parts. The factors determining the store's layout are minimization of material handling effort, nature of the material. The factors determine the store's layout. So when you build the stores, you have to identify these are the things: flexibility, free from risk of loss, quantity and weight, nature of material, minimization of material handling effort. So these are the factors should be considered when you are determining the store's layout. So issuing the material. After receiving the material requisition, the storekeeper issues the material and enter into the appropriate bin card. Sometimes the material received request by the production department, administration department. There are different departments. They have to request the particular material that they want. Okay. So after issuing the material from the stores, the storekeeper enter the appropriate bin card. Okay. So the gate pass means that the document in the name of authority receiving material from the stores department. So when you are when the materials are transferred from the stores department with that gate pass. Otherwise, without gate pass, there is a unauthorization materials are transferred. So therefore, the gate pass is one of the evidence for the material transfer from stores to other departments outside. So there are two things should be happen. The return of the material. Sometimes you have to return the material. So they have to fill the material return. Transfer of material transfer. So these are the nodes should be used for the return and transfer of material. So maintenance of stock. So the inventory management is referred to record of quantity, types, and value of various of material received, issues, and held in stock. So the inventory maintenance refer. So they have to record the quantity. They have to record the types. And they have to record the value of various material. They have to sometimes receive, sometimes they have to issue, sometimes they have to stores the stores. So the inventory maintenance is there. The maintenance record may be kept bin cards, stores ledger, stores register. So these are the records, bin cards, store stages, and stock register used to maintaining the records. So this is the bin card format. So we cannot be I cannot be asked. I will not ask in the prepare the bin card in the examination. So just you have to see this. This is the one format of the bin card. So now we have to move to the inventory management. So the composition of the inventory, you know about. Different types of inventories are there. So the composition of the raw material inventory.
So the inventory composite of raw material, work in progress, and finish. So what do you mean by the raw material? Raw material is removes dependency between the suppliers and plant. Work in progress remove the dependency between the various machines of the product. Finish could remove the dependency between the plant and its customer. So this is the inventory management. So purpose of inventory. What is the why they have to maintain the way they have to follow the inventory control? What is the purpose? First one is to protect against the uncertainty. So you have to receive the order from one of the customer. You want to supply 1,000 unit of output. So you have to check before getting the order. You know how much of material we have to maintain in the store. So this material is enough to produce the particular order. So if you want to produce, you have to decide if you want to produce that product. So you have to have the enough material in the stores. If it is not, you have to order before within the particular period of time to supply the product. Avoid understocking. Understocking means you have to maintain the below the level. Anticipate changes of demand or supply. So you know about the demand and supply of the product. Nowadays, the demand for the gas, the people demanded the gas, but the supply is very poor. So if it is a particular supplier, it is a knowledgeable particular supplier, they have to identify the demand of the people. Then they have to supply the product. Buffers to feed process and enable efficient scheduling. So the processing. So you have to identify the materials, what you want. Then you have to prepare the PRN. Then you have to identify the suppliers, and you have to publish the tender. Then after receiving the quotation, you have to find out the ultimate supplier. Ultimate supplier means you have to find out the particular customer with the quality, with the price. So there are some process. So these are the process scheduled before. Okay, strategic stock holding. So minimizing the inventory cost. This is one of the purpose. So minimizing the inventory cost means handling cost, ordering. Handling cost means sometimes you have to transfer the material from the stores to production, from a particular agent, supplier to stores. So you have to handle the material. Sometimes you have to maintain the material in the stores. In that time, that is also called as a handling cost. Ordering cost, the order. When you are making the order, you have some cost. So that is called as an ordering cost. You need 100 kilogram. You need 100 kilogram of material. So you have to order 2 times, 50-50. You have to order 4 times, 25, 25, 25, 25. So that is the ordering cost. Sometimes you have to identify the minimum order cost. If you have to identify if I want to order how much, we have to reduce the ordering cost. Purchase material at the efficient price. So you have to purchase the material with efficient price to avoid excessive investment in the capital and inventory overstock. So you have to order the overstock. You need 5,000 kilograms, but you have to order 6,000 kilograms. 1,000 additional kilograms are there. So that is need to more cost. The minimizing wastage, normal loss, abnormal loss. So what do you mean by the normal loss and abnormal loss? Normal loss, it can be avoidable. It can be avoidable. So when you are storing the petrol, so there are some evaporation. So in that time, that is normal loss. We cannot be controlled that time. Abnormal loss we can control. That is due to happen. That is happened due to by our mistake. Some other weather conditions, some other political environment, some other tax system. So abnormal loss. To provide flexibility, minimum delay in supplying customers. So you have to supply the product, the customer without delay, minimum delay. Okay. So these are the things we have to discuss up to now. So we will discuss the balance part in the next class. So I will inform you when is the next class. Okay. So thank you very much for your participation. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Do you have any doubt? You can ask. Okay, without any doubt, I will wind up the session. So I will inform you when is your next class. So thank you very much for your participation. Other thing is you have to face the tutorial examination. First tutorial, first quiz in the introduction to the cost accounting. You will be faced within this week. So Saturday or Sunday, I will upload in the MCQ in the LMS. So you can enter into the LMS and do the quiz. Okay. So I will most probably Saturday or Sunday. Okay. So within the time frame, you can answer the question. So from after the examination, the next day, I will upload the marks for your quiz. Okay. So thank you very much. We will meet on next class. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Recording stopped.